Hello everybody, it's Pineapple here, back with another video. So today I thought we'd take a look at the upcoming Superheavy Samurai support, which, since it has a Splashball Monkey board that summons a free level 4 tuner, as well as synergizing extremely well with its own respective archetype. And so the way I built the deck, it's meant to go second, but since we can't play spells, we're deploying no power spells. So with that thought in mind, let's hop into the card by card. So first up, 3 Gamma Seal. Of course we're playing Gamma Seal because it's the best kaiju. We then have 1 copy of Superheavy Samurai Big Benkai, who is just really helpful for making level 12 synchros. From here on out, we have 2 of the new Pendulum monsters, Superheavy Samurai Monk Big Benkai, who its Pendulum effect allows you to add a Superheavy Samurai Soul monster from your deck to your hand as a hard once per turn. Note that the Soul monsters generally are the monsters that equip themselves to other ones. Its monster effect allows you to send Big Benkai from hand or deck to grave in order to summon it from hand, and if it's used as synchro material and sent to the extra deck face up, you can place it in your pen zone. Next up, we then have 1 Pank, double Truist, and triple Magnamut. And from here, we have 3 copies of Big Warachi, who is a free special summon, but locks you into Superheavy Samurais as a result. We then have 2 copies of Superheavy Samurai Wagon, who on normal or special can change its battle position, and if it's face up defense, you can change it to attack and then add a Superheavy Samurai Soul monster from your deck to your hand. We then have 2 copies of Superheavy Samurai Soul Piercer, who allows you to equip itself onto a Superheavy Samurai you control from the hand in order to give that monster piercing damage, but more importantly, if it's sent from field to grave, you can add a Superheavy Samurai from deck to hand as a non-once per turn, which is just fantastic. There's so many ways to search this that we only need to play 2. We then have the brand new Monkey board number 2, Superheavy Samurai Prodigy Wakazushi. I apologize if I'm butchering that name. I definitely am. He also happens to be a level 4 tuner, because why the hell not? Its pen effect allows you to, if you have no spells in your grave, place a Superheavy Samurai pen monster in your pen zone, then special the card. If you thought that's good, its monster effect is equally as good. Its monster effect allows you to discard a monster, and special a Superheavy Samurai from deck, and then it locks you into Superheavy Samurais for the rest of the turn. Additionally, if it's used as a synchro material and sent to the extra deck face up, you can place it in the pen zone. We then have Superheavy Samurai Constable, who on normal or special allows you to add a face up machine penned from your extra deck to your hand, and if you have no spells or traps in your grave, you contribute it, special summon an Earth Machine with 1500 or less attack from your hand or grave. This will probably be pretty good in Earth Machine as well as Superheavy Samurai. And then we have 1 Superheavy Soul Giga Booster. This allows you to equip it onto a Superheavy Samurai you control, and then it's treated as a tuner. And if you have no spells or traps in your grave, you can special it from the spell trap zone. We then have 1 copy of Superheavy Samurai Flutist. You contribute it, special summon a Superheavy Samurai monster from your hand. That never comes up. During either player's turn, when an effect is activated that targets a Superheavy Samurai monster you control, you can banish it from your grave and negate the activation and destroy it. Which is just really good. We then have Superheavy Samurai Bike. This card's amazing. It allows you to discard it if you have no spells and traps in your grave, and then add a Superheavy Samurai monster from your deck to your hand except itself, and you can only use that effect once per turn. Yeah, just unbelievable. Just add the monkey board, you know. We then have 3 copies of Superheavy Samurai Trumpeter. If you have no spells or traps in your grave, you can special summon it from your hand, which is an inherent summon. And after it's special summoned, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Superheavy Samurai monsters. And if it's attributed for the tribute summon of a Superheavy Samurai and sent to the grave, you can special summon it back. Note that pretty much never comes up because we aren't tribute summoning. We then have 3 copies of Battle Ball because it's fantastic going second. And if all super monsters you control are Super Heavies, and you have no spells and traps in your grave, you can target a monster your opponent controls that has a level and send both that card and Battle Ball to the grave, and then synchro summon using it basically. We then have 1 copy of Soul Buster Gauntlet. This one's just for more beatdown. Soul Horns allows you to equip, and then it punches twice. And then Peacemaker allows you to attribute the monster it's equipped to, and special a Superheavy Samurai from deck, which is fantastic. In the extra, we have Overlord Masuru. It can attack and face up defense position, and if it does, its defense is applied for damage calc. And if a Superheavy Samurai monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy a Superheavy Samurai card you control instead. That's not once per turn, it's kind of like Cheng Ying's Protection. And once per turn, if your opponent activates a spell card or trap effect, you can draw until you have 3 in your hand, which is just great. We then have Steam Train King. Big number, hit really hard. as well as it pops things. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and target that many cards your opponent controls, destroy them. And then you can banish all spells and traps from the graveyard and then inflict 200. It comes up sometimes. Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Shuo. I can't pronounce these names. It can attack while in face-up defense position, like all of the synchros, and if it does, its defense is applied. And if you have no spells and traps in your grave, you can target a spell trap in your opponent's grave, set it to your side of the field, but banish it when it leaves the field, so you can just, take their, imperm or whatever, which is great. We then have Beast Kyubi. It can attack. It gains defense, 900 defense, or every special summon monster your opponent controls, which is fantastic, so it becomes really big, and is great for beatdowns. Ninja Shinobi. It can attack in face-up defense like all of them, and you can target a spell and trap on the field and destroy it and burn your opponent for 500. Kind of nice. Comes up sometimes. Outs weird things. And then the new Super Heavy Samurai General Shenjiao. I can't pronounce these names. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special this card from your pen zone, and if you have no spells and traps in your grave, change the attack to 0, and its effects are negated. And then its monster effect allows it to, in the battle phase, special Super Heavy Samurai monster from your grave or spell trap zone, and then place it in your pen zone, which is pretty solid. We then have Stealth Ninja. It can attack while in face-up defense position, like all the others, and you can have its defense until the end of the turn and have it attack your opponent directly. Once per turn during your standby phase, if it's destroyed by card effects and sent to the grave, special it back, so we can be a bit of an annoying bastard. And then we have Ogre Shootin' Doji, and it can attack like all the others while in defense. And when it's synchro summoned, it's Harpy's Feather Duster, which is great. We then have Swordmaster Mushuki. When it's synchroed, you can target a machine in your grave, add it to your hand, and if you have a spell or trap, you can't no more special a monster with that name for the rest of the turn. But since we don't play spell traps, we don't care. And it can attack one face-up defense like all the others. So it just adds things back. We then have Scarecrow, which is a Link 1, which is fantastic because you can link away the things that Soul Piercer is equipped to and then trigger it. So with that, let's hop into the card fight, the games. So for our first match, we are up against Hero. We are, of course, going second because that's how I wanted to play it. They'll start with a Hero Lives. They'll grab Shadow Mist. They'll Shadow Mist, of course, for the ever-lovely Mass Change. They'll normal Stratos. They'll go Stratos Effect and grab themselves Mally. They'll de-draw for Mally, and we will Pizza Hut away their Mally. They'll then draw 2. They'll Mass Change in chain to our Magnemite. We'll grab Druis in the end phase. We'll then Druis away their copy of Shadow Mist so that it doesn't get sniped by this copy of Darklaw, since we want to walk over the Darklaw. They'll Droplet, and we will chain another copy of Pizza Hut in order to get it out on the board and walk over this Darklaw so that we can play the game. We'll walk over Darklaw, and then scale Washuki, I forget. We'll grab Big Benkai Monk, and from here we will add Soul Piercer. We'll link up, we'll sync away for General Xiangxiu, and then make the big Warlord guy. From here, we'll special, we'll make Scarecrow, we'll pitch, we'll bring back Battle Ball, and pass back to our opponent. And they'll draw a Mass Change for turn and concede. So for our next match, we are of course up against the terrible Amazon. They'll Rhoda, and then we'll summon out Spy. They'll grab Princess. They'll Princess for Call. And they'll go Call in order to add a copy of War Chief. They'll summon out this War Chief and grab their field spell. They'll flip the field spell, make Isolde. They'll Isolde and grab their pen, and then they'll bin 2 in order to grab Spiritualist. Spiritualist from here will grab themselves a copy of Polly. They'll make Cross Sheep, fire Polly, and make Pet Leaguer King. They'll bring back Princess, and then they will proceed to grab War Chief. They'll grab out Baby Tiger with their field spell, make IP, and get back this copy of Spiritualist. And then they'll copy out Baby Tiger. They'll reactivate Village, pass back to us, and we'll begin by kaijuing their only piece of interaction. From here, we'll fire our copy of Bike, we'll grab our Monkey Board, we'll Monkey Board for Big Monk Benkai, we'll pitch Flutist because we're just nice, grab Wagon, we'll switch Wagon to attack to grab Soul Piercer, and then synchro away for the Ninja. We'll use the Ninja to pop the field spell so they can't recur anything, and then rescale Prodigy. We'll normal Battle Ball and sync away in order to make Shuwu. or however you say it. We'll special trumpeter, grab this copy of Power of the Guardians, and then pen summon 2. We'll use Wagon to switch to a defense, and unfortunately we've kind of screwed ourselves with the zone of our Scarecrow, because I'm a dumbass. And then we will make the Overlord and walk in for a whole bunch of damage. We'll pass back, and this is pretty much going to be the end of the game. They'll use War Chief to place their scale, they'll fire Poly, and we'll pop their scale when they activate Poly in order to prevent them from using Inspect. We'll then draw 3 with Overlord, and they'll bring back Baby Tiger. They'll grab Princess again with Leaguer, and then grab Amazoness Call, and from here they'll grab another copy of one of their pens. They'll make access, but they don't have any links to use, so they'll try to pop, and we'll just protect. We'll protect again, and then they will Dark Lord, and they will then attempt to pop our guy, but it doesn't really matter because their access is too small. So this last match essentially amounts to bullying Cyber Dragon. They'll start with Emergency Call, they'll grab themselves a copy of Core, the normal Core, and grab themselves Cyber Dark Realm. Realm will grab Chimera, and they will set 2 and pass back. We'll draw Flutist, which is great. We'll give them the Kaiju, and then use our Monkey Board in order to pitch this copy of Flutist. We'll equip Soul Piercer on, and then sink for a 12. They'll bottomless, and we'll simply protect. And then we'll grab off this copy of Soul Piercer or Constable. We'll add back our copy of Big Monk so that we can pen. Grab a copy of Horns, or to attack twice, bring back Soul Piercer. They'll imperm our guy, and we'll negate the imperm. From here, we will pen out 1. We'll switch this copy of Wagon to defense, and then grab the copy of Soul Gaia Booster. We'll then sink for our big Synchro 8, grab Trumpeter, Special Trumpeter, and then make 8 attack. And we'll take their copy of Imperm, and then get in for a whole bunch of damage. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm certain that there is better applications for the Monkey Board card, but I enjoyed playing it in Superheavy Samurai. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more content pretty soon.